The Crafts Gallery of the National Museum of Modern Art, Tokyo. Built in Tokyo's Kitanomaru Park, the two-story brick building retains much of its original appearance from when it was used as the headquarters for the old Imperial Guard. Renovated by Kanazawa-born Taniguchi Yoshiro, it was reopened in 1977 as an exhibition facility for the crafts department. About 3,800 pieces, with an emphasis on post-war works, are collected and displayed showing a diverse variety of fields. Included in those are works from Japan and other countries that were created from the end of the Meiji period. In 2020, the Crafts Gallery of the National Museum of Modern Art Tokyo, commonly known as the National Museum of Kogei, will relocate to the Kenrokuen Cultural Zone in Kanazawa City as the first national museum by the Sea of Japan. It takes 2.5 hours to get to Kanazawa from Tokyo by way of the Hokuriku Shinkansen. The Kanazawa station houses a wide variety of works from Ishikawa artists which welcome visitors as they arrive to the city. In Ishikawa, there are many traditionally refined craftswork whose beauty and technique bear the heart and soul of each craftsperson. Wajima Nuri, characterized by its robustness and beautiful decorations. Yamanaka Shiki, known for its beautiful wood-turning style. Kutaniyaki, famous for colorfully painted porcelain. Kaga Yuzen, silk dyeing which is characterized by possessing the 5 vivid colors of nature called Kaga Gosai. Kanazawa Haku, which have 99% market share in Japan. Crafts born under the protection and encouragement of the Kaga clan, as well as those born from the lives of ordinary people like no, tea ceremonies, and flower arrangements, continue to flourish. Inheriting such tradition, improving them, and making them fit with the times, and with the support of the people, have allowed them to be a familiar part of people's lives. Ishikawa continues to produce living national treasures who are called important intangible cultural properties, recipients of the Order of Culture, and members of the Japan Art Academy. Many of the traditional crafts in Ishikawa have developed because of the cultural policies set by the Kaga clan's Maeda family. The third lord, Tochitsune, invited many master craftsmen from various countries to train in gold lacquer and inlay techniques. The fifth lord, Tsunanori, brought the domain's workshop to completion, which was seen as rare for a workshop throughout the country. He also completed the material called Hyakko Hisho, which covered each field of crafts. It is said that the domain workshop covered all fields of craftwork. Successive lords were deeply interested in tea ceremonies and materials used in them, like ohiaki and tea kettles, and nurtured craftsworks that supported that culture. It therefore became very popular among craftsworkers and even townspeople. At the time of the Meiji Restoration, when the feudal government system collapsed, the crafts community suffered greatly. But because of that, craftsmen of the time worked harder and improved their skill and increased the quality of their products. Through industrialization of their traditional crafts, they expanded the market for their goods to the rest of the country and abroad. Between the Taisho and early Showa eras, artistic activities centered more around craftsworks as they became more popular. Eventually, crafts of Ishikawa became popular all over the country, along with those made in Tokyo and Kyoto. After the war, the reconstruction of Kanazawa began with culture. The first modern art exhibition after the war ended was held there, and became a major driving force for arts and crafts in Ishikawa. In 1946, the predecessor to the Kanazawa College of Art and Design opened as the Kanazawa Arts and Crafts College, which plays a major role in cultivating young artists. Additionally, the Ishikawa Prefecture established the Institute for Wajima Lacquerware Arts in Wajima City. The Institute for Kutani Pottery in Nomi City. The Institute for Yamanaka Lacquerware was opened in Kaga City. Kanazawa City also opened the Kanazawa Utatsuyama Kogei Kobo Crafts Workshop to train and teach the traditional techniques of the Kaga clan in the modern age. Through these training institutes, we aim to create new crafts based on contemporary sensibility. And with the scheduled relocation and opening of the National Museum of Kogei in 2020, the hopes and dreams of Ishikawa and Japan's new craft culture will be transmitted. The Kenrokuen Cultural Zone refers to the lush green area in a 1-kilometer radius around Kenrokuen Garden, which houses a variety of cultural sites with histories that stretch from the era of the shogunate to the modern day, as well as a number of forested parks. To the right of the National Museum of Kogei is the Ishikawa Prefectural Museum of Art, which gives an introduction to the arts and crafts of the area. Included in this rich local museum where you can experience the artist personality of Ishikawa are works like the pheasant-shaped incense burner with overglazed enamels, daimyo tools like the makie, collections of kutaniyaki from early works to present, and arts and crafts created by living national treasures. The Ishikawa Cultural Properties Conservation Studio, which preserves and renovates valuable arts and crafts, was also recently rebuilt and relocated in 2016. From the back of the museum, follow the trail along the Tatsumi stream through the Honda forest and go down along the artistic and historical pathways called Bijutsu no Komichi and Rekishi no Komichi, and you can reach Honda Park. In the green of the Honda forest, there are the Kanazawa Nakamura Memorial Museum, the former Nakamura residence, and the tea ceremony house, Koun-an. The Nakamura Memorial Art Museum collects and displays modern paintings, ancient Kutani porcelain, and Kanazawa's traditional arts and crafts, focusing on tea ceremony utensils collected by the Nakamura family, as well as holding events like tea ceremonies. Following the pathway called Midori no Komichi from the Nakamura Memorial Art Museum will lead you to the D.T. Suzuki Museum. This cultural space, designed by international architect Taniguchi Yoshio, is a place to get to know the teachings of Suzuki Daisetsu, a world-class Buddhist philosopher born in Kanazawa who inspired people to know, learn, and think. From Honda Park, heading toward Hirosaka along Honda Street, you will see the 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art, Kanazawa. The 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art, Kanazawa, houses various contemporary art collections, gets many visitors from all over the world, and is considered top class by visitors in this country. Adjacent is the Kanazawa No Museum, which displays valuable No costumes and masks from Kaga Hosho, a performing art for ordinary people. On the Hyakuman Goku Street, where Tatsumi water flows in the center, there is the Ishikawa Prefectural Shiinoki Cultural Complex named Shiinoki Geihinkan, which renewed the former main Ishikawa Prefectural Government building with the symbol, a temple-shaped Shiinoki tree of about 300 years old. On the street, modern buildings from the Meiji and Taisho periods line up, such as the brick-made 4th High School Memorial and Cultural Exchange, which utilizes the former 4th High School's main building. Also, to the left of the National Museum of Kogei are 3 red brick buildings, all former military armories built between Meiji and Taisho eras. They were used as the main building of the Ishikawa College of Art after the war, and now they introduce Ishikawa's history and culture as the Ishikawa Prefectural Museum of History and the Kaga Honda Museum, known as the Ishikawa Red Brick Museum. Ishikawa Prefectural Noh Theater is the base for preserving and inheriting traditional culture such as Noh music and traditional Japanese music. Along the Kenrokuen Garden, across the street from the Noh Theater, after passing the Seisonkaku building, where the beautiful Namako wall stands made of Tomuro stones, you will find Ishikawa Prefectural Museum of Traditional Arts and Crafts. The museum exhibitions introduce a number of traditional crafts living in Ishikawa's modern lives. The building was built as the former Ishikawa Prefectural Art Museum, designed by Taniguchi Yoshiro. The Kenrokuen Cultural Zone has developed as a center for politics, education, and culture. It is a place where you can learn about the history of Kanazawa and reminisce about its past. Within Kenrokuen Garden, there are 7 gates that lead to different routes throughout the garden: arts and crafts, architecture, history, etc. You're free to choose your own way through. From the Gyokusen Inmaru Garden, passing through Oyama Shrine that worships Toshie Maeda and his wife Matsu, you can travel around the central area of Kanazawa and the old Nagamachi samurai houses. With the addition of the National Museum of Kogei opening along with the rich crafts culture of Ishikawa, the Kenrokuen Cultural Zone is transformed into an area where Japanese arts and crafts are appreciated together. The construction site of the National Museum of Kogei is located between the Ishikawa Prefectural Museum of Art and the Ishikawa Red Brick Museum in Honda Forest Park. The scale of the planned facilities will be about the same as the Crafts Gallery of the National Museum of Modern Art, Tokyo. "1,900 pieces of art will be transferred, which are 70% of the arts and crafts currently held by the Crafts Gallery of the National Museum of Modern Art, Tokyo. Those works, which are indispensable to tell about the history of Japanese crafts, were done by living national treasures and members of the Japan Art Academy." The buildings to be used as the relocation destination are the old 9th Infantry Division Command Headquarters and the old Army Generals Club, which have been registered as important cultural assets. Each building will be carefully deconstructed so that as much of the old material can be used when they are reconstructed. The National Museum of Kogei are scheduled to open before the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.